Well, it took Disney long enough to finally start rolling back some DEI initiatives. But, small steps at a time for a multi-million-dollar company. And for anyone who watches Disney Plus for any type of reason, I'm sure you haven't met with those silly little content warnings at the beginning of movies from, the good old days. But yeah, there's no longer any more unskippable scenes saying, "Hey, yeah, this stuff was offensive, but we denounce that now." So, yeah, enjoy staring at this for about 10 seconds while you reflect on your life choices. Yeah, no, that's gone now. And also, I know I'm not using my model today, but I have a headache, and I don't want to have a light in my face. But anyways, let's get started here. Disney Plus removes autoplay content warnings as Disney scales back DEI efforts. As a part of an effort to scale back diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, Disney has removed the Stories Matter autoplay content warning from Disney Plus movies and shows. The warning, pictured below, would direct viewers to a now defunct webpage. Now, this is what the screen said. This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe. To learn more about how stories have impacted society, visit disney.com/storiesmatter. And then it has a little countdown at the bottom here on when the movie will start. Disney Plus content warning scaled back. In lieu of the unskippable warning playing in front of movies and shows, Disney now has a significantly smaller presence for the content warnings in the Details tab of the movie. Here's a look at the updated webpage for Dumbo and Peter Pan, two movies that have inspired theme park attractions, the former of which just received an update to a problematic scene. Now, we will take a look at that in a moment, but let us take a look at what exactly they changed. So instead of that big black screen, you get this little itty bitty content warning down here. I don't know why the mouse isn't showing, but where it says content advisory. It says this program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions. Now, granted, I was a kid the last time I seen Dumbo, but besides what I guess it was the crows that were a offensive depiction of people, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone complain about the crows in Dumbo. I don't know what else is considered offensive, but you're gonna have to tell me because I am out of the loop. The next one is for Peter Pan, and it says this program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions, and we all know what those are. And that is reflected in the attraction. Native American scene updated at Peter Pan's flight following refurbishment. Now, I honestly think it looks worse than what it originally looked like, in my opinion. Peter Pan's flight has reopened following a nearly 6-week refurbishment, and the Native American scene has been updated. The long-awaited update removes the figures that were essentially caricatures of the characters and installs a more human-looking figure instead. Here's a look back at how the old scene looked. I honestly like this a bit better because it shows, one, it was the art style back then. And it's like, these are pretty memorable looking characters. These were memorable. But now the new one, I don't like it. The quality looks like it dropped somehow. It's like, I don't know. What do you guys honestly think of this? Because this just looks like boring now. You don't have the chief anymore. It just, I don't know. I don't know what about it I don't like, but something about it just makes me uncomfortable. This looks fine. I didn't know many people, including people that I knew that had family from reservations. They didn't find this offensive. But granted, we live in an age where anything is offensive, as long as you think about it long enough. It's like, huh, is this offensive? I don't know, do you feel offended? No? No? I don't either. It's like how you can't make, like, you can make caricatures of, like, Mexican characters or any Latino characters, and they're gonna be like, oh, hell yeah, that's me, for real, for real. Oh, why do you think Speedy Gonzalez is super popular? There's not much, like, you know, good and popular Mexican representation, I guess. And whatever characters that they really hook onto, they fucking hook onto. I don't know. Is it because... You know what? I ain't even gonna go there. But all I know is that you can probably just throw a mustache and a sombrero onto somebody. Just be like, hell yeah, this is Mexican now. They just be like, oh, hell fucking yeah. Oh, you know what? I should probably put up my Mexican PNG. You know, I'll do that for next video. Anyways, let us continue. The new content warning on Disney Plus simply says, this program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depiction. Previously, the content warning said, we've already read that. What was Disney's Stories Matter? Here's some information about the Stories Matter initiative from the Stories Matter webpage before it was removed recently. Stories shape how we see ourselves and everyone around us. As storytellers, we have the power and responsibility to not only uplift and inspire, but also consciously, purposefully, and relentlessly champion the spectrum of voices and perspectives in our world. As part of our ongoing commitment to diversity and inclusion, we are in the process of reviewing our library and adding advisories to content that includes negative depictions or mistreatment of people or cultures. Rather than removing this content, we see an opportunity to spark conversation and open dialogue on history that affects us all. We also want to acknowledge that some communities have been erased or forgotten altogether, and we're committed to giving voice to their stories as well. We can't change the past, but we can acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward together to create a tomorrow that today can only dream of. Okay, my dude. I don't know how many of you remember the Peter Pan remake, where they made Tiger Lily a white woman. Yeah, okay, that's a really diverse, equity, and very, very inclusive. Just put the white chick as Tiger Lily. But no, the original depiction of Tiger Lily and stuff is just oh so offensive. Ugh. It's like, it's so two-faced, honestly. It's like, oh, don't, this movie is just perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this Peter Pan remake. And then it's like, oh, but this is too offensive. Oh, it's so terrible. No, it's like, it's one or the other. Pick an argument. Pick an argument, leftists. I don't care. It's so exhausting. Why can't we just enjoy things anymore? To that end, we brought together a group of experts from outside our company to advise us as we assess our content and ensure it accurately represents our global audiences. As we embrace each other's stories, we embrace possibility, and that's why we're committed to doing the best we can to represent communities authentically. So people not only see the best in themselves, but the world can see it too. Stories matter in theme parks. As readers of this site may know, the Stories Matter initiative didn't end up on Disney Plus. Instead, Stories Matter extended to the theme parks, and perhaps the biggest example of the theme park angle of the initiative was the reimagining of Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Before the Stories Matter webpage was removed, Tiana's Bayou Adventure was the poster child for the theme park segment of the initiative. Here's Disney in its own words. We are reviewing our offerings beyond the screen, which include products, books, music, and experiences. While advisories for negative depictions of people and cultures may be added to some offerings, others will be reimagined. We are also investing in new ways to better reflect the rich diversity of stories in our world. This work is ongoing and will evolve as we strive towards a more inclusive tomorrow. Everything's always been inclusive. At least after, the civil rights movement and everything. It's like, in the 90s, and when I was a kid, it's like everyone got along for the most part. I never seen racism towards anyone else until I met the parents of a friend of mine who were legit neo-Nazis. But that was in middle school. And that's also when things really started going downhill in terms of leftist policies going absolutely fucking insane. Simpler times. I wish we could go back. Please, let's go back. Anyways. While Tiana's Bayou Adventure was the most obvious example of the Stories Matter initiatives shaping the theme parks, other Magic Kingdom attractions such as Jungle Cruise and most recently Peter Pan's Flight were also updated. It's likely that the Stories Matter initiative also included changes at It's a Small World. Huh, I haven't seen that one. Hold on. Let's take a look-see. Oh, really? Magic Kingdom adds inclusive doll to It's a Small World. Why did they have to add the kid in the wheelchair? It was fine. Oh, that is so picky. Oh, that is so fucking picky. What the hell? You know what? We'll do this a quick read through. Fuck it. Let's finish this one and then we'll read through that. Right now, it's unclear what the future of DEI is in its theme parks. There are also a number of items in the theme parks that could change, but it seems unlikely that we'll see the type of sweeping updates to the theme parks that we have seen in recent years. Walt Disney World did not respond to a request for comment. So, of course, they're gonna be avoiding any type of questions as if they're Neo from the Matrix. But, that's just how companies are. But, let's take a look at it. It's a small world. I didn't even know of this update. Disney World has announced that they have added a doll in a wheelchair as part of ongoing inclusion initiatives in the theme parks. Here's the announcement. With its catchy song and beautiful display of culture and language, It's a Small World is more than just a beloved ride. The attraction uniquely positions Disney to honor the diversity of people around the world, and that's not a responsibility we take lightly. Nor does Magic Kingdom Park cast member Gene Collins, who first wrote It's a Small World when it debuted in 1964 at the New York World's Fair. She fell in love with the attraction's representation of peace through understanding and celebrating the unique and individual experiences that make us human. Her affinity for the attraction brought her to Magic Kingdom as an attraction host. She now speaks her days helping guests delight in the ride the same way she did all those years ago. Geez, she doesn't look bad for an old lady. Oh, all you have to do is erase the wrinkles and then she'd be more attractive than a lot of the modern day women. That's for fucking sure. It's a Small World is special because so many people are able to see themselves reflected throughout the ride, Gene says. Walt would be proud if he could see the attraction today. I don't know about that. The diversity of our cast and guests inspire us to keep our parks and experiences in a constant state of becoming more vibrant, more inclusive, and more relevant. In fact, Walt Disney Imagineering okay, that's a word, okay. Continuously considers updates to our parks and experiences to better reflect the world around us. Just last night, a new doll in a wheelchair was welcomed to the Magic Kingdom attraction. building on It's a Small World's long-lasting legacy of diverse representation. You know, as far as I'm aware, wheelchairs did exist in like the 60s. They could have added that. Why'd you have it? Whatever. Among those seeing this for the first time this morning were cast members who were part of the Enabled Business Employee Resource Group. Okay. A cast member-led group with shared passion around accessibility. The parks are very special to my family. Liv, a member of the Enabled Partnership team, explains. My sister Chloe used a wheelchair, so to see a character in such an iconic attraction that puts the spotlight on accessibility makes my heart feel full. This addition to It's a Small World is more than just a doll. It allows even more guests and cast members to see themselves and their loved ones depicted in the experience. We remain committed to our ongoing work to champion inclusivity and are excited for what the future brings as we continue to reflect the beauty of our individual experiences. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a guest in our park or a cast member, we celebrate you, your background, your culture, your identity, and we welcome you every day. So, you're telling me that you'll put anything in there if it's part of somebody's lived experience? That could get a little tricky depending on who you talk to. I don't know. I don't know. But it seems like, despite these two examples, Disney might be rolling back quite a bit. Is things just going to continue changing, you know, in the background? You'll hear about it in whispers, in quiet hushes, in leaks even. I don't know. But one step forward, we can't be too pushy. Because we got, I don't know, words don't help. Anyways, what do you guys think about this, honestly? Do you think Disney's going to roll back anything else, or do you think there's just going to be teeny tiny minute changes until leadership changes in Disney itself? I know Kathleen Kennedy is finally stepping down, but we'll talk about that another time. If Arch doesn't get it before I can. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, thank you for joining me in the short video. Thank you for listening to me yap. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Have a good one.